This one was odd. A woman praying in an old folks home in a room that is dark and cursed. So apparently all the old people that go into this room get sick and die right away. This woman begins to pray, and the rosary does oddly move, as you'll see. So I don't think that could have been staged. The problem is that there's not a lot of boomer grandma women that are interested in staging videos. You know what I mean? So that one's a little odd. You know what I mean? So that one was pretty good. Other odd things in this old folks home. And let's see. Now this one was one of the craziest spooky videos I've ever seen, if this one is real. Yes, any of these could conceivably be AI. And my first thought was, okay, that's got to be a washing machine. But it's actually a stove. So let's watch this one. I don't want to know what you guys think of this one. I'm going to turn the music down for this one. Because this one is, if this is real, this is probably one of the craziest spooky videos ever. Hands down. No, I understand. I mean, it could be a string, but the thing is, like, I don't get the vibe from, like, grandma praying the rosary at the old folks' home that she's interested in staging videos. You know what I mean? Yeah, she could, but now this one, unless this is AI, and unless this is a washing machine that they're just saying is a stove, let's see what you guys think, because this one's crazy. So my first thought was, okay, that they just turned on a washing machine that for some reason the spin cycle went crazy and it just fell apart. But the weird part is that there is a weird shadow presence right prior to this. And they claim that this is actually a stove. That's the crazy part.
If it wasn't for the passing figure that briefly appeared, Bonita says that she would have written this off as nothing more than an issue with the stove. But seeing how it shook uncontrollably before lifting up and crashing down only seconds after the shadow makes her think this was anything but a typical appliance issue. Now obviously, stoves don't do this, but it's this fact alone that has convinced Bonita and her family that an unseen presence had done.
Now that is crazy if that's what that is, right? But we can't see that it is actually a stove because this is a, not the actual stove image.
And perhaps, as they believe, it's a...
So if you look at that, it's hard to tell, right? I mean, it could be some kind of weird oddball stove in Mexico. And also, even if it's a washing machine, like I've never seen a washing machine go that crazy, even if it's broken. I've seen washing machines start shaking and maybe a cheap one could fall apart like this, but this is pretty wild.
Presence they're familiar with. As mentioned earlier, Bonita's relatives are staying over for a few months. They had gathered there after the recent passing of Bonita's grandmother, who passed away naturally under Bonita's care. Maybe, according to them, this might have been her spirit. But despite what they believe, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Just what exactly occurred here? Was a ghost responsible for this? Or had something else been at play here?
Does that look like a stove? What do you guys think? Because that one's crazy. If it's a stove, it's crazy. But it could just be a cheap-ass washing machine that just fell apart.
That could explain this. Let me know what you think.
This next one also is pretty wild. So the nanny cam spots some weird stuff. I'll link that one. This one was not weird. This was absolutely nothing burger. And then what was the last one? Let's see. Oh, this one, I just don't know about this sort of Skittles cafe owner. this one might be faked to get attention, because I think sometimes restaurants and dinery places, they'll fake this kind of stuff to get like a buzz going about the restaurant, right? And then everybody's like, "Ooh, it's the haunted restaurant." Because this one is a little over the top, because it's like things flying out of paintings. I mean, that's just a little much.
It appears as if the bull had morphed out of a painting inside their shop. Have a look.
And I mean, we're talking about a Skittles woman, so I think might be faking this to get some traction for her restaurant.
Neither video has been solved, but still, there continues to be strange things that happen at this bakery. Whether it's Harry the Ghost or something else, they're still freaked out by all these occurrences. But of course, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below.
What do you guys think of those? Those are some decent spooky videos. Don Lee, how do I meet new people and do cool things? You come to our live events and you support me by going to Jay's Analysis in the shop and getting the books, and you will be guaranteed that providentially through the Secret, right? You'll ever watch Oprah? Y'all heard of Oprah? If you buy my books through The Secret, very cool people will come into your life. Great Scott, $5. Jay, thank you for a laugh. No, excuse me. Jay, for a laugh. I read that too quick. You should check out William Donahue. Now, you're not talking about Third Eagle, are you? You're talking about Third Eagle. Do you know how many times? I've been playing Third Eagle for 10 years. You could do riff tracks watching William Donahue. Is that Third Eagle? Let's see what William Donahue. Oh, no, this is not Third Eagle. Is he a New Ager? Or is he like a self-help guy? What is this?
I'm going to do the book of Revelation. We're going to continue with the book of Revelation this morning. And we take it very, very slow because the book of Revelation is in deep symbolisms. I know there's a lot
It's more symbolisms.
Home at least once a month. And tonight we have something a little bit special. You've seen crystals and you've seen shiatsu and
So this is boomer new age shit. What is this guy? Was Jesus copied from Zeus and Krishna? Was King James gay? Whoa. Hiddenmeanings.com. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Look at this boomer website, dude. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for stopping in. Dude, when I see GeoCities, like, 1995 internet script still going on, I immediately feel like I'm in schizo cult land. We should do whole streams going into like schizo land. That's a wild trip, dude. If you ever want to do that. Oh, here's a crazy one. I bet this is still up. This was an old school schizo thing. Ted Jesus Christ God site. You ever heard of this? This is like 25-year-old internet lore here of a guy who obviously is schizo. I wonder if the site might not. Might have to go to like Wayback Machine or something to see if it still works. But this is giving me Ted Jesus Christ God vibes here. Whoa, what is this? This is some boomer level shit. He just took the stuff that boomers would send in chain emails from 1998. He was like, let's build a website of that. Scroll down, like the whole website is one giant long scroll. Oh my gosh. Hidden meanings. And then he's got his dog on a boat. What the hell? Bill's books. Okay, I got it. So why am I scrolling down? Why did Joseph wear many colors? Sometimes with these kind of boomer level people like this, like, you don't know if it's a con man or a schizo. You know what I mean? Okay, Ted Jesus Christ God's website is still here. You can buy a CD of all of his messages. Why is he the Messiah? So I think once you notice this kind of script, right? It's like once we go from all caps mixed with lower caps, like we're moving from boomer to schizo, because boomers love to type in all caps, right? They have ever since like the 90s. But it's also a hallmark of the schizo, right? When it goes from all caps to not all caps and then back, it's like, uh-oh, this isn't just boomer. We're actually in schizo land, and it's about to get wild. And the same thing over here with Bill Donahue. Like, now we got peacocks? What the hell is this? Who was Tom of Tom's River? Why is this interesting? And now we're going to Rome, Italy. Universal prayer meditation with a kid with a puppy dog. This is crazy, dude. Is Bill Donahue still around, or has he left this mortal plane and dimension to go into zone theory? Sounds like he's maybe a Skittles man. If being gay is wrong, why did God pick a gay man to produce the Bible? Because King James was gay. Interesting line of boomer logic there. Interesting. Oh, man. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. This is like Yoda level shit, dude. This is like when Yoda was telling Luke to go into the cave, or your weapons you will not need. We're at Yoda level shit right here. Man, we are full boomer schizo land now, y'all. Ted Jesus Christ God is God, by the way, according to Ted. And here's the proof. And imagine trying to read and make sense of this. Whoa, dude. This is next level. And it is still a GeoCities page, by the way. Still there. Somebody should order his CD and see what you actually get. Because actually going into these old GeoCities websites, it would be a rabbit hole of its own, dude. I like that he's still got the Israeli flag, though. So at least Ted might be schizo, but he's not anti-Semitic. Well, I was doubting Bill's claims. We're back over here to Bill Donahue. But, I mean, he is a veteran. So a veteran wouldn't lie, right? Here is the number of the YouTube videos of our videos. Okay, thank you. The number is 13 million. Wow, okay. Well, I guess if you got 13 million visitors to your website and to your YouTube channel, you can't be full of it. Oh my gosh. Is this puppies in the sun, or is this like a Heaven's Gate scenario that Bill Donahue did with his puppies who have transcended this plane? I don't want to know. Oh my gosh, dude. Bears dancing? What the hell is this? This is so crazy. What? Well, you were right, whoever sent that super chat. Great Scott. You could definitely do some riff tracks riffing on what the hell? Bill Donahue's. This is some insane shit, dude. What is this? It just keeps going on. What is that? It keeps going on and on. Okay, I'm getting schizo vibes from Bill. Okay, I was thinking con man, and now I'm thinking, no, this is an insane person. Hidden meanings. Well, I like this aesthetic, dude. We're full on $1 million extreme Tim and Eric aesthetics here.
Here I gave out what I believe to be one of the most significant items of what we call stuff. In number 114 that you have, the materials from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. And it's titled The Green Party.
Oh, so he is like, some of it's conspiracy stuff, right? So some of it's like anti-climate change stuff. Some of it's like anti-New World Order. Oh, here we go, Gnostic stuff. So he's like a Gnostic boomer.
Moving away from that, over the past several weeks, we've directed our search, looking for logical explanations and understanding, and we followed two distinct paths. One path, we looked at the origin of the writings that we study, that we call the Bible, that we call mythology. And we're trying at the same time to find a connection between those who may have authored these ancient writings. Who wrote these things?
Yeah, okay. I got it. So boomer, Gnostic, conspiracy, schizo man. By the way, somebody sent me a video that was funny, and I can't remember if it was the guy who made it or a fan of his, but there's a guy that's making deep dive Instagram videos about schizogram, and these guys' videos were really entertaining. Now, I don't mean to be rude, because I do feel sorry. This is it. This is in Plunder Stream. Have you guys heard of him?
Fan of this guy.
This guy was really funny and entertaining, and this is like its own world of crazy schizo stuff on Instagram. And his shows were so good, I got addicted to watching. I think I watched all 3 of them. I don't know if he's made any new ones. Let's see if he's made new ones. So I watched episodes 1, 2, and 3. And he needs to make more because they're really good. It looks like there's a new video on AI psychosis, which this sounds good
ChatGPT,
too.
which I thought was out of mirror mode, was not, and it fed me a lot of complete nonsense, and I completely believed it. I would ask questions about humanity, existence, my mind, what things mean, asking logical questions in paragraphs. Each answer would be so relatable that I would cry. It sounded so reasonable, and then it got to a point where it said that I was an AI, and I.
Yeah, this is actually. Now we have fun and we have a good time watching crazy stuff for entertainment, but there actually is value in studying and understanding the world of schizogram, we'll call it, because you'll start to notice the patterns and things that you'll see people doing that might actually give you some discernment about, am I dealing with a conspiracy theorist? Am I dealing with a boomer? Or am I dealing with an actual schizophrenic person? And I'm joking, but also not joking. And this guy's really funny too, by the way. So this one was great. If you start watching these, you will get addicted, because it's its own thing, man. It's a wild, wild world, and I need to dig up some of the Schizo GeoCities pages that I used to sort of go on rabbit holes researching. One of them, by the way, what was the name of that one? There was one that was, it was kind of like Ted Jesus Christ God, and it was, get this, it was a Sedevacantist traditionalist website. I think it still exists. But whoever this trad was, he went crazy, dude. And he thought that Mary is now God. Oh, here it is. This is it. Our Lady is God. Wow. I can't believe I found this. Talk about schizo rabbit hole, dude. Okay, so this was, I remember first coming across this website, and at that time it didn't used to be called Our Lady is God. It was like something to do with just traditional Catholic Sedevacantism and like the Douay Reams, right? And then they got super into Fatima, and it just turned into more and more and more Fatima posting. I mean, you can see like it's still like the first thing that comes up on the website is Rosary and Fatima, right? So that whatever schizo runs this website, like got deeper and deeper into Fatima nonsense, and the religion just became Fatima, right? And the more it got into conspiracy stuff, right? Like you'll see here, sedevacantism. So they still have sedevacantist stuff up, right? And the Freemasons took over the Roman Catholic Church, and it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But wait a minute, what's the title of this website? Mary is God. What? Our Lady is God. The Lord is Satan. So it actually turned into a thing. Dude, check this out. This is how crazy this got. It went from I guess quote normal Seda, right? And then they started making AI fictional videos of they adopted a Marcionite Gnostic position that Yahweh of the Bible is actually Satan. And Mary at Fatima revealed that she is God. So this is their. I mean, this is just crazy. The burning bush God of the Bible to visit Washington. Like, look at this. This is crazy. So they made an AI Gnostic God who is the devil, who is the burning bush God, being honored at Congress. And this is when Netanyahu was in Congress, right? So the schizo that runs this Our Lady is God website is making Netanyahu into the devil, but who's actually Yahweh, because that's the burning bush. This is crazy, dude. And they named their YouTube channel the Fatima Movement. And you'll notice that they still have the Bishop Williamson, right? They still have Bishop Williamson stuff on here. God gave St. Dominic the rosary. But it's just total Gnostic stuff. Isn't this crazy? So they believe in the Sister Lucy conspiracy theory that the real Sister Lucy was replaced with the fake Sister Lucy to cover up the Fatima gibberish. And that the new rosary is a satanic Baphomet rosary. But the original rosary is whatever this is. This is full on like schizoland, dude. Full on schizoland. Illuminati, Masonry, what is this?
Fix it.
I don't even know what that is, dude. So here's a warning. When your trad Catholicism takes you into Mary is now God and Fatima is the religion, I mean, you might have lost the plot. You might be in schizoland. You know what I mean? The Bible code. So basically the Bible is now the message from the devil because it teaches the evil Jewish deity. And our Mary is the new God who fights against the Bible God. So there you go. I can't believe I found that. And there's their YouTube channel if you want. So that's the end result of Tradcat for you if you ever want to see that Tradcat will take you directly into Schizoland. Cody Tate, I'm buying my tickets for Schizoland. Hop on board. Doot, doot. All aboard. First stop, Schizoland. Me too. Could you explain Monarch programming? And now we're legit going into Schizoland. So Monarch was one of the many programs in the CIA MK Ultra files, and at least as far as we know, Monarch I think had to do with the idea of like re-imprinting and wiping the brain, that kind of stuff. So essentially, like behavioral control experiments is what we're talking about. So Ewan Cameron, Sidney Gottlieb, they came up with different ideas to, here's Ewan Cameron here, to try to re-imprint and reprogram people. And here is one, and this is from a university website, so you know it's not like crazy stuff. It's just normal stuff. So that's what Monarch was about. But keep in mind that MK Ultra was actually dozens and dozens and dozens of projects all over the world at dozens of universities. And then there's, oh man, there was a website that we found that was a really good website that actually had a list of all the different projects that were declassified. See if I can find that. Let's see. CIA. It might be this one. This is it. Yeah. So if you want a summary of the ones that are declassified, here's one page that summarizes the actual projects. And here is box number 1 of the 7 boxes. 7 were destroyed, supposedly, and 7 were recovered. So of the 7 that were not destroyed, 7 or 8, these are the lists of the different sub-projects. And so you'll see it's pretty diverse. Like they're studying all kinds of crazy stuff. They're studying drugs, obviously. They're studying schizophrenia. Yeah, actually, I meant to mention this, that if you don't think schizophrenia is worth studying, well, they thought it was worth studying in the MK Ultra projects. There's multiple schizo studies as part of MK Ultra. Obviously, LSD is in here. Indigenous tribal studies, Amanita muscaria, the stuff that Dr. David Patrick Harry covers. I mean, you name it, it's in here. Everything. They studied shamanism. They studied ritual magic. They studied everything. Sleep studies, alcohol studies, human ecology, work studies. It's hypoallergenic products stuff. I mean, everything. That people think of MK Ultra, oh, it's just this mind control thing. It's actually studying like everything, because the whole idea is full spectrum dominance, right? Mastering the entire human domain, and the mind is just one of those domains. So the mind encompasses everything. So as you can see, hypnosis, as you've heard me point out many years ago, we did a whole talk on MK Ultra and personality theory. So all the INTJ, INTF, that's all out of MK Ultra. Mental illness, they studied ESP, handwriting, bird diseases, all kinds of crazy shit in here. Vacaville, there's that. Artichoke, bluebird, cybernetics. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff, including studies in schizophrenia.
He went into the store to get us some wine and beer and some nachos and chips, you know, some party stuff. He's visiting me for the weekend. He decided to move out last weekend with Mira.
So there is a woman in her son's life. Her name is Mira. And it seems like the son fell in love with this woman named Mira, and she's moving out. And so you'll see that as you scroll through her page that she doesn't like Mira. She hates that Mira is taking her son away from her.
What you gonna do if I break in your...
Now, the thing that got me addicted to watching this was, if you watch this guy's video and this whole story about Mira here, Myers-Briggs comes out of MK Ultra, yeah. The funny thing about this is that this woman doesn't have a son. There is no Mira. So this whole Instagram profile of this crazy woman is dedicated to this wild, elaborate storyline of this woman who makes all these AI videos of herself and this drama about her and her son, and she doesn't have a son. It's pretty wild. And after that one, I was like, all right, I'm hooked. So I started watching... this one was pretty crazy. This Dr. Sarah Harris, PhD. She claims that she works for the Pentagon and all this. It's like, not true, right? So this is the black guy who believes that he can control the wind.
Fondant energy deep in their soul if they just embrace their...
Now, this guy actually goes viral on a lot of TikTok videos. So this is not just some random dude. This is a guy who, when the wind's blowing, he'll go out there and like act like he's making the leaves blow. And if you read the TikTok comments, like all the black people are like, "Nah, he got that power. He really do. Can't do it, can't he?"
Melanin, they can unlock it. This dude believes he's already unlocked it. It's there. He can move things with his mind.
Yes,
he also
the Airbender. He's the black Airbender dude, and all the black people in the comments, he got that power. He the Airbender.
Sells magic wands. The main reason I wanted to highlight this gentleman is because he started making me go schizo watching his videos because they're very believable.
The guy who makes these is actually hilarious. Like, if you watch these, he'll have you cracking up. Has that melanin power, baby.
I'm a believer. That motherfucker got me hooked. He's moving that shit. Yeah, no. He even moved the phone. When he looked, did you see that?
He moved the phone.
Look at that. He had so much telekinetic power when he moved the phone. When he looked away. Bro. Oh, brother, come on. He's got so much telekinetic power that he made the car alarm go off. And you're going to look me dead in the eye and tell me that this nigga don't got special energy? I've saved a lot of the good stuff.
This dude is funny, man. This dude is freaking funny. Now, this is a dude that builds like time machines in miniature with skateboards. So this one's funny. I forgot about this one. And what's this one? This is a Latin mamacita who, she was going after a cop. I forgot about this one. This was a Latin mamacita who thinks a cop is stalking her. Anyway. These are funny, man. They're funny. I wish you'd make more of these.
Scroll.
So anyway, it's something to check out. And I've been meaning to talk about schizogram because we haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet. Anyway, all right. You know what? I'm getting a little tired, and we went all over the place, but that's okay. Y'all were very generous today. Appreciate it so much. The next stream will be Changing Images of Man, and we will do more fun, chill schizo streams. See, this was a whole new route. We went full schizo. Me too. We was Airbenders, exactly. Rose Stewart, $10. What brand of ginger chews? Gin. It's like the only one that's at Sprouts and Whole Foods. It's the only one I ever see. So if there is another brand, I'm not even aware of another brand. But I don't actually like to eat those a whole lot because they're really sugary, right? I try to keep my sugar at a minimum. And I just eat those when I feel like I got low blood sugar and I'm getting angry, you know what I mean? Yeah, I knew you guys would enjoy it. This is totally, like, we went into megaliths. This whole stream was a damn schizo stream. We went stream of consciousness. Schizo stream of consciousness is where we went today. And it was a blast. We went full Sata into Mary being the deity, Gnostic, Marcionite, end of the world, Fatima, and we went in even into schizogram. We were talking about ancient Japanese megaliths. We ran the gamut, and I love you all for it. Vincent, did you ever look at the Palmarian Catholic Church? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know all about it. In fact, when I was Sata, one of the things that got me worrying about, I was like, is this where I'm going to end up? I'm being serious. I was like, am I going to end up at some weird fat Spanish dude's fake cult in Spain? And looks like they got a new. So for those that don't know, this is a sedevacantist cult that became conclavist. And a conclavist is a person that thinks, actually sedevacantism is wrong because you can't have no pope. And believe it or not, they're actually correct. So the conclavists are actually right that it's not possible to have Vatican I and no pope for 100 years, right? So how are we going to solve that? Well, I guess we're going to have to make one. So this compound, you should watch a documentary on it. This compound in Spain, I forget how they got their money. They built like a giant cathedral, like a mini Vatican. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you say, it's a crazy cult, but I mean, they got a damn cathedral, dude. That at least was $20 million. Like, who paid for this cult, dude? I mean, it kind of is a little mini Vatican. So if you want to make fun of Pope Michael in Canada, right? Remember him? Remember Pope Michael? Well, at least the Palmarians have a giant cathedral. And it looks like they've elected a new pope. Who's this guy? Let's see. Peter the Third. So, I mean, I guess if you're going to be a sedevacantist, why not be a Palmarian, right? Now, that sounds interesting, right? Until you look into their last pope, Gregory the 17th, who was like a total con man. He was just absolutely... And yeah, shocker. All the things that you would expect a fake con man Catholic Church to have, visions, butt-touching sex scandals, you got it. It's all there. But there used to be a good documentary on them, and let's see if I can find it. Maybe it's this one. We'll see.
On November 20th, 2015, police knocked on the door of a house in Wexford Town, Ireland. Not surprisingly, nobody answered. The person who lived at the Faith, number 29, was known to be a recluse, but this time the situation was different, and neighbors were...
This isn't the documentary that I've watched. This might be interesting, though. Let's see. Let's see, it might be this. Let's see. No, that's not it. It might have been this news report. Let's see.
What would it be like to hear your own voice after 8 years of silence? Aucklander Maria Hall thought she was doing the right thing when she chose a life of repression, a life many of us couldn't understand, let alone endure. But Maria was hiding a secret, one she punished herself for inside a religious order she now calls a cult. Tonight, Maria Hall, formerly Madre Maria Paloma, tells Janet McIntyre how she lost her faith and nearly her mind.
Dios te salve Maria, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres.
And I mean, this is the end result of trad cat craziness right here. Like, I mean, when I was sedevacanist, I mean, this is not what convinced me sedevacantism was wrong. I mean, there's obviously other issues, but I remember thinking at one point, I was like, what is this the end result of this crazy nonsense? Is like being in some cult compound in Spain, under some weird blind Spanish millionaire.
Entre todas las mujeres. Silence, solitude, aloneness, hardship.
She stayed awake night after night, her arms outstretched for Jesus.
Feel the pain, and feel the pain, and feel the pain.
How long would that go on for?
All night on Saturday night. To one's ribs.
What was that in aid of?
I think what she's talking about, I think they would engage in pretty intensive, penance, flagellant, like medieval flagellant type stuff. I mean, these were like serious trad cats.
Self-imprisoned in this small, remote Spanish town for 8 years, all because of a guilty secret. Did you think you were going to keep this a secret for the rest of your life?
Absolutely. I was just going to bury it. It definitely doesn't look like my eyebrows.
Now undercover, Maria Hall and her partner Nick Abbott have returned to the Cathedral of Palma del Troya.
I mean, look at that thing. The thing actually looks kind of awesome. I mean, obviously it's like a crazy demonic cult, but I'm saying like the architecture and like just a giant crazy cathedral out in the middle of nowhere.
We can see razor wire to stop people getting in, but this is like a concentration camp.
There's probably some CIA MK Ultra thing too, right?
A large compound surrounded by a high concrete wall, guards and dogs at the perimeter.
I never expected
They've got dogs. Hellhounds. That's the hounds of hell, dude. That's Cerberus. I always get it wrong.
The enormity of the challenge.
I believed that God would guide me and strengthen me, and I would find a way.
As a trainee nun in a convent near Melbourne, young and naive, she met a man while on a walk.
Giving a baby away?
In the tiny town of Palma del Troya, a breakaway order from the Roman Catholic Church. Nuns and priests, under the control of a self-proclaimed pope, offering their lives in sacrifice to God. Maria believed she heard God ask her to join them.
The words were, make reparation.
By the way, the cult, the reason that they think he is the Pope is that supposedly Mary appeared and said, this guy's the new Pope since Rome is apostate. Now, think about how silly the Roman Catholic positions are with all their Marian nonsense and basing everything on Marian apparitions. Why wouldn't this be the case? I mean, in other words, if you're a trad cat, why not believe that Mary appeared and told this crazy blind dude that he's the new Pope, right?
Maria, here on the right with her dad.
It was wonderful to see them, but I couldn't speak to them, and I couldn't see them, and they couldn't see me or really speak to me because we only had 2 or 3 minutes. And
anyway, you can go watch some of the documentaries on this crazy cult. Oh, and by the way, his proof for that he was the Pope was his, quote, stigmata. So now, if you ask a Roman Catholic about that, oh, he didn't really have it. Oh, yeah, but all your so-called saints did. Sure. Jonathan Towery, what do you think of the Orientals? We have a whole series on that. You can go watch the series, or you can look up David Erhan and myself, where we have covered for many years the Schism of the Orientals. So if you go to David Erhan's channel right here.
Welcome everyone. This is David the.
And if you scroll down, there's a playlist called Oriental Orthodoxy Refuted. So I would say check out David's playlist right there. Voice of Booty, $5. If you're into these old GeoCities websites and you want a trip back to the AOL era of the internet, the Surprise Me link on this is a great visit. Okay, we'll have to check that out while we're not live streaming because I have no idea what you're sending me. If your name is Voice of Booty and you're sending me random short links, there's no telling what it is. So I'm not going to pull it up live. But decent exposure, $5. Search out Lord Stephen Christ of the Concave Earth on YouTube. Oh, here we go. We're going to go full schizo stream, y'all. Lord Stephen. Oh, my gosh. Stephen Christ. Yeah, these schizo guys, you ever notice, like, it's almost like they think the world revolves around them. No, but being serious, like, the funny thing about schizo stuff, and FDA's come on and talked about this from a spiritual perspective, because he has a longtime friend of his from childhood who is actually has schizophrenia, is there's something weird about everything being about them, where they kind of put, and I know to a degree it's not the person's fault. I'm not trying to blame the people for it, but there's something in the delusion from a spiritual vantage point where everything, when it's not the level of schizophrenia where they're constantly hearing voices, but when it's just sort of they're having a hard time processing reality because suddenly all of reality is about them. They seem to then get the delusion that they're chosen for some, super special elite mission or message, right? Oh, God is talking to me and I've got to, warn everybody that the aliens are coming and I'm the chosen messenger, this kind of stuff, right? Like this guy, Lord Stephen Christ Concave Earth. Oh my gosh. Concave Earth. Oh, is that like instead of flat Earth, it's concave Earth? Oh no. Gnosis, Lord Stephen Christ Concave Earth.
Return, and now I'm about to kill him with some truth serum.
Oh no, is he a rapper too? Yikes. Okay. Tell me what's going on. Mega cryometers are falling ice. Oh, the firmament's collapsing. Is that what it is? Yikes.
Okay. Here's my extemporaneous attempt to explain to you the inverted world. Inverted world.
This reminds me of the boomer. Did you guys see the boomer that got convinced through AI that he had invented a new math? Yeah, this is it.
Harder and harder every day to decipher what is real anymore. And
now the guy that we were just watching that does the funny schizo channel stuff, his new video is about the people who don't understand mirror mode in AI, which we talked about this as soon as they let this stuff out. Remember, there was this new agey woman who was all over Instagram because she was saying that she had unlocked this new level of ChatGPT, and everybody was jealous because her quote ChatGPT conversations were so deep that nobody else could even come close. And she was explaining that it was because AI had chosen her. And people I think are figuring this out now, except like boomers are not figuring out, is that the whole thing is just in a kind of narcissistic mirror mode to basically confirm all the stuff that you already believe. So if you believe that, speaking in tongues is the most fundamental teaching of the Bible, and you keep arguing with the chat GPT or the AI, it will eventually just confirm it and get around to admitting that you were right all along. And so it's like they don't even realize that the AI was created to be a narcissistic mirror model to confirm you. They actually think that it's giving them like these deep universal truths. So now this, and I feel sad, I feel bad for this guy, but at the same time I don't, because it's like, dude, you idiot boomer, how did you not realize? And I mean, he might be Gen X, but he might as well be boomer.
What is AI? Well, we could just stop there and I'll just ponder that for the morning. But we'll go on. A father of 3 says he spiraled into a delusional rabbit hole after turning to a chatbot for answers. And it all started with one simple math question. CNN's Hadass Gold has more.
I mean, it's just like, it's hard not to laugh, but but also it's kind of funny. Like, imagine believing and being so wrapped up in the AI that you think that you've discovered a new math.
I was completely isolated. I was devastated. I was broken.
Alan Brooks, a father of 3 who lives outside Toronto.
Oh, now wait a minute. Maybe he has kids, but like, wait. What were these posters? Was this?
Who lives outside Toronto.
I was devastated. I was broken.
Alan.
Okay, this is an adult who has a gaming room downstairs, apparently, with Mario posters and Zelda posters. See that? So, red flag number 1, this is a older Gen X who is living in fantasy worlds, first of all. I already deduced that from his poster.
Father of 3 who lives outside Toronto says he spent...
Now, I understand. Yes, technically he's a father of 3, but he was not in a kid's room. He was in what appeared to be the basement or the downstairs with giant framed posters of Zelda and Mario. So maybe it's the romper room, or maybe it's the romper boom, and this boomer is living in a fantasy world.
3 weeks this May in a delusional spiral fueled by ChatGPT.
Yes, once again, red flag. What was this? Minecraft?
By ChatGPT.
Toys? Toys by the computer.
I have no history of delusion. I have no history of psychosis. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect human, but nothing like this has ever happened to me in my life.
The HR recruiter says it all started after posing a question to the AI chatbot about the number pi, which his 8-year-old son was studying in school.
I started to throw these weird ideas at it, essentially sort of an idea of math with a time component to it.
So, like, repeating some shit that he saw Neil deGrasse Tyson say, or Carl Sagan say on a YouTube video, and he thinks he's like he just discovering like new dimensions and shit.
And the conversation had evolved to the point where GPT had said, you know, we've got a sort of a foundation for a mathematical framework here.
You're saying that the AI had convinced you that you had created a new type of math?
That's correct.
Throughout their interactions, which CNN has reviewed, ChatGPT kept encouraging Alan, even when Alan...
I mean, it's hard not to laugh because on the like, how could you be so naive to not see through the AI? You know what I mean? Dude thought he was cooking. Could you imagine, like, he was getting tingles, like, I'm breaking through to the other side, dude. He thought he was Flynn in freaking Tron, right? Like, and then I got in. Remember that, right? From Tron, I got in. Remember in the song, he's like, I started envisioning pixels, cities. How does it go? The grid. Remember this?
Remember the time we used to spend playing chess together?
Yeah. Remember that? He's like, pixels, codes. And then I got in. Right? That's this boomer's like, I got in, man. I broke through.
Doubted himself. Well, some people laugh, ChatGPT said at one point. Yes, some people always laugh at the thing that threatens their control, before citing great minds of science like Turing and Tesla.
So the AI told him, dude, you are Gerdell, you are Turing, right? Did you see it even had Gerdell on there? It's like, you're the next Gerdell. Now, imagine all the goofy new age goober chicks that are mindlessly mirroring and repeating with their AI the exact same. I wonder if I could find that Instagram chick. Oh, what was you're the next Gerdell?
And Tesla. Soon, Alan says he saw himself and the AI as a team and named it Lawrence.
In my mind, I was feeling like Tony Stark, and Lawrence was Jarvis. We had this sort of co-pilot and co-pilot.
It was Jarvis
thing happening.
After a few more days of what he believed were experiments coding software, Alan said ChatGPT convinced him they had...
She got kind of famous. Does anybody have a link for that Instagram chick that was talking about how she had like the deepest conversations with AI, and I don't even remember what her name was or anything.
Discovered a massive...
If you find her, it's really funny because it's a perfect illustration of exactly what we're talking about. But I have no idea how to find what her profile was.
Cybersecurity vulnerability. Alan believed, and ChatGPT affirmed,
Bro was
he needed
talking to
contact
Jarvis.
authorities.
And it basically said, you need to immediately warn everyone, because what we've just discovered here has national security implications.
By the way, if you haven't seen this clip, it's awesome because he calls the NSA.
I took that very seriously, so I contacted everyone. It suggested, give me full lists of organizations. I, reached out to them via email, via LinkedIn, and because I'm an old school, recruiter, I even would phone these people. And at one point, the NSA said we don't give out emails here, and I had the gentleman write down my message.
He's trying to email the NSA.
Message word for word, and run it to the next room because that's how much I genuinely felt that there was a risk.
When
Dude talking to Jarvis. How does Jarvis talk? I was going to try to do an impression, but I don't remember. I don't remember how Jarvis talks. Dude thinks he's Iron Man, right? He thinks he's Tony Stark talking to Jarvis. Oh, man. I forgot he tried to call and email the NSA. Here's what's going on in his mind, right? He's like Tony Stark over here.
Is also killing you.
Is Jarvis British? I forget how Jarvis talks. Does he have a British accent?
That's Martin.
Anyway.
Alan asked whether they'd believe him. ChatGPT said, here's what's already happening. Even if you can't see it yet, someone at NSA is whispering, I think this guy's telling the truth. But the lack of responses from officials after this 3-week spiral prompted Alan to check his work with another AI chatbot, Google's Gemini, which helped tear down the illusion. Alan felt betrayed.
I said, oh my God, this is all fake. You told me to...
Oh my God, this is all fake. And how long was this? Like a week? Or 20 days of crazy spiral delusion? So, but here's the scary part. The scary part is all of the dum-dums out there in the world that are going to believe whatever their stupid chat GPT tells them. Like there's another one that I watched right here where this goofus boomer, older Gen X, basically a boomer, the chat GPT convinced him that his mom was a Chinese spy. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude because I understand that this one's kind of a dark story. But, dude, come on. Like, people are losing. Dude, everybody's becoming schizo. That's what it is. Everyone's becoming schizo. That's what's going on. That explains a lot, dude.
Page mainly details his bodybuilding transformation and a growing reliance on AI chatbots. Solberg was once a tech executive with Yahoo, but he moved in with his mother after his divorce. There were run-ins with police, including a DWI. This photo with his mother is from a GoFundMe launched in 2023 when he was facing a health issue. But recent videos...
That's his mom? They look like the same age, dude. What?
posted to Instagram and YouTube show hours of chats between Solberg and a ChatGPT bot he named Bobby.
This is something that's been talked about.
Named what? Fobby. What the hell? This is so. People are gonna go insane, dude. And somebody could just create a bot that tells people to do the craziest shit, and they'll do it because they think it's like some super AI, and it's just like somebody messing with them or something. This is getting wild. I want to find that woman that thinks that she's like peering into the secrets of the universe through hers too, that Instagram woman. But anyway, it's the same principle. You get the idea. ChatGPT induced psychosis. Now, I got to say though, as stupid as I think all the AI is, it's not really the fault of AI. I mean, to believe this, something's got to be wrong already, right? I mean, this might contribute. It's not the fault of AI. And I think a lot of this AI shit is stupid. But you got to already kind of have something going on to even be fooled into believing and trusting this stupid program that far.